Pakistan gets a new Prime Minister today to replace Nawaz Sharif, who was forced to step down last Friday. He was disqualified from public office by the Supreme Court, which ruled that he'd failed to disclose his family's financial assets. Well, our South Asia correspondent Justin Rolat is in Islamabad. So what's in store in the coming hours, Justin?
Coming hours, coming minutes. The National Assembly the session has already begun. The MPs now are required to vote on the new Prime Ministerial candidate. He's called Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, and he's the former Natural Resources Minister. Now, he should be elected, we think, within the next hour. So Pakistan will have a new Prime Minister within the hour. But before you get too excited about that, you should know that he's only going to hold office for about 8 weeks, after which the former Prime Minister's brother, Nawaz Sharif's brother, Shahbaz Sharif, is expected to take over. So Nawaz Sharif was disqualified by the Supreme Court from holding office after it was found that he hadn't accounted properly for his family's vast wealth. He's, as leader of the ruling party, has handed over power to his brother, but because his brother isn't actually a sitting MP, he needs to get himself a seat before he can become Prime Minister. He's going to give up his current job as Chief Minister of the Punjab, take his brother's seat. This is the idea anyway, be voted in. As soon as he's in about 2 months' time, he will see a very similar process to what we're seeing now. The MPs will vote again, and he will then be elected Prime Minister. So what you're seeing over the next few minutes is, yes, a new Prime Minister for Pakistan, but one that's only going to last a couple of weeks before the longer-term replacement takes his seat. And I'm sorry about this, just to make it a little bit more complicated, in about 10 months' time, there'll be a general election at which the people of Pakistan will be able to decide what they make of this transition of power.
Yes, I mean, it's all very neatly choreographed by the ruling party, but I wonder how it looks beyond the corridors of power.
Well, it's pretty tough explaining it, so I don't know how neat it is. I think beyond the corridors of power, people recognise that the Pakistan Muslim League, the ruling party, has a big majority, and that although their leader has been disqualified by the Supreme Court for corruption, as the sitting ruling party, they do have the right to nominate a successor. The same thing that happened, for example, in Great Britain when David Cameron stood down. Theresa May replaced him without an election. So in the same way, he's chosen his own replacement. Of course, the difference is that he's chosen his brother to replace him. And obviously, in Pakistan, as elsewhere in the world, there have been eyebrows raised about that. But of course, the party would say, listen, this guy's a senior, experienced politician in his own right. He runs the biggest state in Pakistan, the Punjab, at the moment, and he is the most appropriate person, says Nawaz Sharif, the former Prime Minister, to carry on my legacy. Therefore, he gets the job. And as I said, because there's a general election, there is the opportunity in 10 months' time for the people of Pakistan to make a decision for themselves about whether they think handing over power between brothers is the best way to do things.
Good stuff, Justin. Thank you, Justin.